Welcome to Provo, Utah, Lavelle Edwards Stadium at altitude. Altitude that's been piloted by the likes of Young, McMahon, and Detmer, and home to the BYU Cougars. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Blue Devils will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He's got great speed. Bounced out of bounds at the 38 after that return. So the BYU Cougars offense takes the field for the first time today. And there he is, a man who makes an entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this defense is focused and keyed in on. We got to stop him if we're going to have success today.
On first down, here comes this offense. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. And he... Because he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Wide receiver shows motion. To the air on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He looks that one in nicely. And the defense drags him down. Quarterback empties his backfield. He's back to throw on 2nd down. They're bringing heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. BYU right back to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And they stop the 4th down pass. The defense gets off the field. So Duke's offense will go to work for the first time today. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground. And they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. A lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Makes the grab. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They'll run it from the gun. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Cougars will snap it on 1st and 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Snags it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
What did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's now a final in one of the more intriguing games of the season, this huge top 5 clash. Colorado is going to enjoy the trip back to Boulder after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at Folsom Field, and suddenly it's quite a resume. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And when you run that screen, it takes a lot more time to develop because those offensive linemen, remember, they're going to block, release, and go get somebody. Quarterback's got to get rid of that ball a lot faster when you're running those screen plays.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
He's going to run it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll pull it down. Got a wide open receiver. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man quickly. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now on second and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, BYU!
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers in this.
And it's picked off. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to 1st down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the 1st down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it.
BYU with the 1st and 10.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pocket. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And it's caught! Touchdown, Duke! It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down, you got to make plays, you got to get your team back in it. Great start, keep chipping away.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He'll try to take it back. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Offense set on first down. DB's right up on the receivers. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. UMass pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. The Minutemen were clicking in every phase of the game, and the results speak for themselves. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. BYU lines up quickly. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 2nd down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. BYU now into the red zone. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Off play action. Coming after him. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the back. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do it.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
You got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And the Cougars will hustle to the line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long plays.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Great job to get down with the slide after getting everything you could. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Using his legs, it's Boyd. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll take it on the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
He's going to take off. This time it's complete. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ivory. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Unleashes one. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Wide out in motion. Quarterback checking the play. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. BYU right back to the line.
Offense facing 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Steps away. Fires into the end zone. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Blue Devils will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. No fair catches here, looking for room. Delivers the contact. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Caught in the backfield, it's Riddick. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3 quarters and head to the 4th. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And as we start the 4th quarter, they'll try to knock. And they fake the fake, and he wants to throw. And the pass falls incomplete on the fake field goal, and I'm not sure they'll go back to that one again. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Trying to start the drive with a pass. What a snag by the defense. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The Cougars moving quickly to the line.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They do believe in this 4-down territory stuff. 0 for 4 doesn't stop him from trying a 5th. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. He'll start this drive firing. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Elliott. Ripping through the defense. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. And the Blue Devils are on the move. Looking to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. He's looking to throw. Going for the big play. Touchdown, Duke! And the comeback is on. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
The snap sets up the throw. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse. Can anyone catch him? Running inside the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs two more on fourth down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock, and it will be your friend.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougar! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
You know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. very first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll throw it on first down. Myers on the move. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, BYU!
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who is the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Cincinnati. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. On second down, wants to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snatches it on the right. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. The Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Second down now after the sack. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
Third down coming.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Fourth down, and they've got to get it to the next time zone, but the offense is going to stay on the field on fourth down. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Firmly in control of this game. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. BYU coming to the line with first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.